Okay, I'm redoing the video, but with my phone because I know that OBS probably not the best for my computer, and so I guess the idea behind the game is you're getting your family to safety, and the monster attacks them, and so this is a prototype for now. Uh, but yeah, there's many bugs and many problems with it, but hopefully it'll be um, much better by the time um, it releases in about a month. So yeah, that's the basic idea. The monster attacks your family, like I said, and you gotta get them to safety. And it's a pretty simple game, I think, but hopefully it turns out pretty good by the time I'm done with it next month.
So I've been thinking a lot about what I should be doing, and mostly in terms of game development, I've been thinking about how to develop games in terms of cadence, how often to release something, what kind of deadlines to set, what kind of games to work on. So right now I'm working on this prototype for a game I want to release by Halloween, which is quite soon, and I'll also be traveling, so that'll um, slow down my schedule. Plus, I'm thinking of upgrading my computer. So right now, what I have is um, this convoy of children will follow you, but you can also have them stop. As you can see, they get attacked by the monster, and so this is the current prototype. Um, but yeah, I've been having a lot of fun working with Unity, even though it can be difficult at times to um, get everything working as you would want. I have to make some probably sacrifices in terms of features to cut and maybe things to do. Um, but yeah, overall, I'm learning a lot. Creating environments is really difficult, as you can see. The environment is not as um, as pretty as I would like, but this is just me trying to learn how to use the tools. At the end of the day, I think I'm gonna probably um, yeah release the game, even if I'm not super happy with it, and um, we'll see where it is. I have to do so much more work. I have to think about audio. I have to think about a lot of things, and um, yeah, I'm a little bit scared I won't meet the deadline, but I think having a deadline for Halloween is a good milestone. I am also thinking about the next game I want to work on. I think it'll be something completely different, but I am also wondering if I should do a lot more game jams. And the other thing I have to be careful is my budget and like the assets store and what tools are actually helpful. Some of the tools that I've bought unfortunately haven't always worked, and luckily some of them I have been able to get a refund because they just didn't work at all. Like one of them was to improve the lighting, and that did not work. The other one was to do GPU instancing, and that also didn't work, or at least it didn't work on my machine. But my machine is pretty old and it has had some problems. Like I had to replace a keyboard, I had to uh, get it fixed for the charging port. So now I'm trying to figure out the balance between getting a 450 GPU in a laptop or a 550 or a 460. So that's what I'm looking at. I think I'll get a 4 terabyte hard drive just because my hard drive is already pretty low on space as it is. The other thing that yeah, the other thing that I'm thinking of is just like the balance between having a laptop that could break versus maybe getting damaged since I'm moving all the time and I'm mostly staying in Latin America. I'll be in Mexico soon, but I am gonna um, probably get something a little bit nicer that can last me longer, has a bigger screen. Also be getting some headphones for doing some audio mixing. I'm pretty excited about all this stuff. and a Huion on X or XP Pen tablet to do some work with ZBrush and Blender. I want to just do more games. I think games combine a lot of the things that I really like, and for the time being, I'm sticking to Unity. I would like to use other tools too, including some web games. I think working with P5.js and even React games, I think could be fun. There's so many games I want to make, but I also want to make a lot of quick games. Like I'm trying to balance doing like weekend jams with working on one big project, or for me, a big project is like a couple months. And so this one will be one of my quote unquote big projects. The last one I released, I also spent more than a month doing, and that one was a complete failure. But at least I released it on Steam. And so now this other game, I'm also gonna try to release on Steam. But I want to go back to doing jams. I was doing them before starting this game, where I did 3 hour jams, and unfortunately the format changed to be a multiple weekends, and so I stopped doing it then. But I want to probably try to figure out how to do some jams and then work on a bigger project and maybe do like a week of learning as well, where I just going through tutorials and that type of stuff. I just love the whole thing about game development, all the assets on the stores. I love looking at them. I love um, seeing what people put out there. I do think that it can get out of hand though, so that's what I gotta be careful with because I might purchase assets that I will not actually use, and I'm just experimenting with everything. I do eventually want to look at Godot again for 2D games, but for now, I think sticking with Unity makes the most sense. It's the one that's made the most sense for me, at least, and so that's what I want to keep doing. Just looking at how to make more games with Unity and what kinds of games I make is the next thing I'll have to figure out. I don't really want to focus on marketing, but I know that it's important, so I'll try to learn about that too. I've been learning a little bit about game design. I guess Creative Kirby has a great series on YouTube. I've been going through that as well. I'm trying to stay healthy, so I try to stretch and do some exercise every day. I only missed yesterday because I was traveling, and I'll be traveling again tomorrow, so I'm just in a little bit of a crunch for travel.